Hey guys, Icon here from Vochlea Music. In this video, we're going to experiment with improvising with Dubler at slower tempos and then speeding up what we recorded to get faster and busier melodies. Sometimes when jamming over your track at its original and probably faster tempo, you have to rush and you may not have the time necessary to get all of your melodic ideas out in time. This is a great way to come up with new, fast melodies that you can use in your tracks, and we'll be trying it with 5 different sounds over some drum beats. After recording the melodies, we'll also be using quantize and some MIDI note editing to make them sound as tight as possible, and we'll also explore adding some effects to the melodies to make them more interesting. Hope you enjoy. So we've laid out some beats here to use this technique, and we have to make sure the beats are warped to the Ableton project tempo so that when we change the tempo, they immediately adapt. For example, we have this beat 1 here, that's 94 BPM. Let's give that a listen. Okay, and here in this warp section, you have to make sure that the segment BPM has the correct original BPM of the sample. So I know that this beat is 94 BPM, so I inserted 94 here and enabled warp. Complex Pro is usually good for beats. And now, when I bring down the tempo, it gets really slow. And then I can just speed it up right away. I can even make it faster than it was originally. I'm going to leave it at 60 for now so that we can improvise over the slow tempo. And the first sound is this filtered lead. It's an Ableton instrument called slicing filter, and we've added a scale device here, keeping every note locked to D sharp minor just in case, and a delay here that will activate after we have a nice melody going. So quickly, let's go to Dubler. We have D sharp minor here matching our scale device, and we've set the stickiness fairly high to make it a little more challenging to switch from note to note. And there's no drone chord or pad or anything here. I'm just going to try to come up with a melody and then quantize it to make it sound tighter. Here's how the lead sounds. Let's give that a try. Remember, we're only working at a BPM of 57 right now, so we have lots of time between the hits to get some busy melodies going. That was definitely a bit all over the place, but some quantizing and speeding it up will definitely make it sound more professional and usable. Let's give that a try. So I'll first speed up to maybe 95, the original tempo of the beat. Definitely gonna quantize. So you see sometimes when we quantize, notes that were pretty close to each other can overlap, so choosing one is always better. A couple more doubles. That. Not the best melody ever, but definitely usable. We can make it more interesting with some automation, and maybe I'll place it on the 1. We have this velocity randomizing device. Adds randomization to each velocity of the note. In the second sound, we'll be using the same beat, and we again have the scale device keeping us locked to D sharp minor just in case. We've also added a pitch MIDI device at -12, so we don't have to go back to Dubler and change the octave down while switching between these sounds we have here. And this is the You Pop My World bass in Ableton, and we've also added a chorus effect. OSL chorus by Oblivion Sound Lab. It's a free one. Great, definitely pick it up. And let's try something with this. Again, we're working at a very low BPM, 60. Maybe I'll even lower it more. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we can get something out of this at a faster tempo. So I'll immediately raise to 110. Definitely gonna quantize. And there are some high notes here that are unnecessary. Maybe cut some of the very high ones. Lots of doubles I can see. Try to delete some of those right off the bat before listening. Not bad. You can use loop to find shorter portions. Change the loop brace maybe. You can also experiment with moving around your MIDI just a tiny bit. This will make a huge difference for every single riff, and you might get some different riffs like this. So I'm just gonna move it by maybe even less than a 16th note. Maybe that's too crazy. I'll move it a whole 16th note. And you can just experiment with these, cut up different loops, change the notes, and find different sections for your track, basically. The third sound we have is from the Predator 2 synth by Robert Papin. It's the bass G-Funk preset, but we've raised it a couple octaves because it sounds great as a lead. So here's how it sounds alone, and we have again the scale device set to D sharp minor and some OTT, giving the sound some character, and Verbotron reverb by Ableton. Just gonna hit record. Again, very all over the place, but speeding it up and quantizing might save the day, as it tends to do. Can extend that note maybe. Almost sounds like a solo. You can use these for soloing, you can use these for bass lines. We'll check out another bass line now in a minute, and you can use these for all kinds of different parts, just to come up with ideas that you wouldn't normally while jamming to the original tempo, as I mentioned before. The last sound we'll check out is an upright bass. And for that we'll use a more acoustic sounding loop. Now we're switching to F sharp minor, so I'll just go to Dubler, come to key, F sharp minor, and this is the equator to Synth by Vochlea, and this is a double bass and bow preset that sounds like a real upright bass, sounds amazing. Very velocity sensitive. Let's arm it. I think I might lower the octave by 1. See if we can get something out of that. I'll bring up the tempo to maybe 120. Quantizing again with a grid of 16. Maybe gonna speed it up a tiny bit more. Some high notes again. Can use even smaller loops to get some quick catchy riffs. Great way to find bass lines, especially this technique. Thanks for watching. We hope you guys use this technique to come up with some really cool fast melodies, and if you have any videos or music that use this technique, definitely send it over. We'd love to check it out. For more information about Dubler, head to vochlea.com and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.